Hi, my name is Elissabeth Parsons, and I'm talking with Catherine Mattea. So, Catherine Mattea, do you always want to be a singer, or do you want to be something else?
Well, I think you have to give me the microphone now. Put the microphone in front of my face, thank you, so they can hear me. I thought at one point I might be an engineer and design roads. And then I thought for a while I might be a teacher and I might teach physics and chemistry. I went to West Virginia University and I studied that stuff. But I always played music from when I was about your age and maybe even younger. So that's really where my heart always was.
And what was it like growing up in West Virginia?
It was great. It's so beautiful, and my family all lives there. I have a big family, and we'd have big family reunions, and we'd go up in the mountains, and we had a little cabin on Elk River up in Clay County, and it was just a great place to grow up.
And what school do you go to when you were in Cross Lanes?
I went to Cross Lanes Elementary School, and I was one of the first students to go through Andrew Jackson Junior High, which was a new school at the time, and I graduated from Nitro High School.
Which school did you go to when you were in high school? What activities did you do?
Well, I was a Nitro Wildcat, like I said, and I did choir and band, and I was in the Honor Society, and I did a lot of different music things. We did some drama stuff, and I was in the school play, and I did a lot of community theater at that time too, uptown with the Charleston Light Opera Guild.
Who inspired you to follow your dreams?
Well, you know, my mom was a big part of that. My mom always told me I could do whatever I set my mind to. And I think that really made a big difference in what I thought I could do.
What advice do you have for anyone my age who has a dream to be a singer?
Well, I think that there's nothing like practice. But I don't think that practice has to be all that kind of sitting in a room playing scales all the time. I just think find the way music seems to be the most fun and play as much as you can with all kinds of people.
What was your favorite song when you were growing up?
Well, let's see. It's hard to pick one favorite song, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be Country Roads, you know, because that was a big hit when I was a kid, and I had just gotten my guitar, and it was all about West Virginia. So it was kind of, if you had a guitar and you lived in West Virginia at that time, you kind of had to know that song.
When did you move to Nashville? What was it like?
Well, I moved to Nashville in 1978.
Whoa.
And I had been in college for a couple of years. Nashville was a much smaller town at that time, kind of like a bigger version of my hometown. And it was a really nice place, a lot of nice people.
What year was it when you recorded your first album?
When did I record it? Is that the question?
What year was it when you recorded?
It was 1986 that I made my first album.
How old were you when you did your first show?
When I did my first show, I was in college. So I would say probably about 17 or 18.
Whoa. Which album you recorded was your favorite?
Here, you need your props.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, you have all my albums. Oh my gosh. It's like watching my life pass in front of my face. Elissabeth, you've done your research. You know, I think it's hard to pick one because each one of these albums, it reminds me of a certain time in my life, and I love each one of them in a different way.
You know which one I think is the best CD you record is?
Which one?
Love Travels.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a new CD coming out?
I'm just in the very beginning part of making a new CD, which should be out next spring or summer, 2005. I have a Christmas record that came out last year, and so we're going to go do a tour around that this Christmas.
I have a question.
Okay.
Can you sing us a little bit of one of your songs that is going to be on your new album?
You know, I can't. I'm just learning them. I'm just writing some of them, so I can't right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Are you going to ask her what your other duties are today? She's ready for a day for you.
Roadie for a day.
Sue's going to let her sell T-shirts and stuff later. So what's some of the other things? Why don't you ask her what some of your other things are?
What are some of your other things are?
Honey, ask her what some of your duties are going to be being rodeo for.
What are some of your duties that you're going to be for rodeo for?
You.
For me.
Wait, you're going to rephrase it. Say, what are some of my duties going to be?
What are some of my duties going to be?
Well, I hear that you're going to be roadie for a day. So that probably means you're going to have to sell T-shirts.
I know, I'm real good at this. I count all the way to $5.
That's good.
Higher.
And then you'll meet a lot of people. You'll meet a lot of the people that come to the show. So you'll get to tell them what you know, and you'll get to learn who they are. And I'm sure they'll ask you about your news show since you have your news shirt on. And sometimes boxes and things have to be carried around and things have to be set up, and you'll have to do some of that too. But it's really fun because you get to visit with a lot of people.
I know that. Thank you, Kidz Mattea. And all back to you people over at the Clay Center. And that's a wrap.